My god, did we see some just horrendous tattoo work coming out of Germany last week, and if you haven't seen part number 1, go check it out. But that's not all we found there, so stick around. This is Hack Hunter, where we review some of the best and worst tattoo artists in your cities, and yeah, last week we found some just terrible tattoo work coming out of Erlangen, Germany, and we just had to showcase an artist there, but to be honest, we found so many incredibly talented, skilled tattooers that I wish I could showcase them all, but I found one in particular you just gotta see. So, stick around for the artwork of Alessandro Vitale. Now, you can find him working at Tatouage Chat Noir, which literally translates to the black cat tattoo, or at least I thought it did until I asked Google, and Google said something a little bit different. But yeah, the black cat tattoo, let's go with that. If you want to find him on Instagram, ALE_Vitale_tattoo on Instagram, and he does one of my favorite styles of tattooing, which is this black work, design work like this, and I'm going to tell you why in a second here, but first I gotta say, always do your own research, guys, and here we go. Boom, let me start with this one because, man, there is something that I absolutely love about this. Well, there's a couple things in this photo that I absolutely love, but with the tattoo work, what I really love is how symmetrical it is and just how it totally changes the aesthetic of her chest here and the look of her body. Now, to me, you guys, this is what's at the heart of tattooing. And I know some of you like the picture tattoos, you like smaller design work or lettering, whatever it may be. And so I'm not knocking anything that anybody else likes. But for me, this is what tattooing meant. It was a sense of self-empowerment through changing the look and the appeal and the aesthetic of your body. And she did it very well here with this chest piece. I think this just is perfect. It fits the shape of her body well, and it kind of recreates the look of her body. And that to me is what the meaning of tattooing was when I started, was this idea that you could totally change the look and redesign your body the way you wanted to. And in doing so, it would create that sense of self-empowerment. And so this style to me is really, really cool. It's up there on my list. Here's another example, maybe not as impressive, but I think, again, this is a really cool style. And when I zoom in, I can see how well he did on this. Look how smooth the arcs are in these lines. Look how even and consistent these lines are in this shape. And also, I gotta say, you might think if you're not a tattoo artist that a design like this is relatively simple to do, right? Simple outline, simple fill-in. But the human body is not symmetrical. Trust me, you guys, it is far from perfect. Most of you guys have like a shoulder that's way higher than it's supposed to be, or you have one gimp leg, or maybe you've spent your whole career sitting on your wallet day to day, and so now your hips are misaligned. But whatever it is, trust me, our bodies are not as perfect as we think. And so when you're putting a perfectly symmetrical design on something that isn't perfectly symmetrical, that's really difficult to do. You got to find the balance, the kind of sweet spot of where it'll look best and how it'll look best. And so I give kudos to any artist that does this style of work and comes out really clean and nice like this. Now, Alessandro also does a lot of stuff like this, where it's like mandala or geometric style, where he compiles these entire sleeves and fits them together well. And I want you guys to imagine, if you're not an artist, how difficult this has to be to draw something like this on a flat piece of paper or even digitally, but it's flat and you're trying to get it to perfectly fit the shape of a specific person's arm. And again, not every arm is the same size and shape and all that, so it is really not easy to do this. When I see an artist that compiles these so well, puzzle pieces, these different facets of the design in together and gets it to create one complementary piece that makes the shape of the arm look really nice, I'm just really impressed by that. And it's something I don't typically do in my day-to-day, but I'm absolutely blown away when I see artists that can do it well. Here's another great example. Look, around the armpit, that's a nightmare to work with. The fold in the arm sucks, the wrist sucks, but he took all these difficult areas and he compiled a great, really ornate piece to fit it well. And I think he did a really great job. And believe me, I zoom in on a lot of his work. I was looking for errors anywhere I could, especially on this one, a Polynesian piece. Man, this is very tedious, repetitive stuff. And so when I zoom in, I'm looking for these errors where maybe, at the bottom you started off clean, but then you get to the top, 10 hours in or whatever, and maybe it's not as clean. But no, that's not the case. He's doing a great job throughout the whole thing. That's absolutely what you want to look for when you're looking for a tattoo artist, you guys. You got to find somebody who's going to have that discipline and that motivation to do an overall great piece. You don't want somebody who's going to go kind of limp halfway through it and just start rushing it and, not holding up to their application technique as well. And so, yeah, he does it very well. It's really, really impressive throughout. Now, I also got to give him some credit for his small work because, again, I look at the small detail on a piece like this where the customer is not spending thousands of dollars. Is he still doing a good job for those customers even though they're not spending a ton? And yeah, he absolutely is. Look how clean that black work is. Very, very cool stuff. Really, really impressive. And I want to show this one because, man, look how tiny those lines are. Oh, egads, I would absolutely pass on something like that, or I definitely would not have attempted thin lines like this. So I give him props. They came out really clean. To keep your depth that consistent throughout these is really a challenge, you guys. It's really, really difficult when you're working with those tiny needles to make sure that each puncture is not going too deep or too shallow. That's really, really small margin for error that he's toying with there, and he pulled it off. He does it really well. Now, of course, I would like to see how this heals and how it holds up over time. I would be a little hesitant, but because, there's not much ink getting under the skin there when you're doing such a thin line like that. And so I'd always warn people about that. But as far as the application goes, how well he nailed it. He did an amazing job on this. Absolutely. And again, just really kind of creative, unique designs I saw throughout his whole portfolio. Just really clean black work, for sure. I'm going to end it on this one, a kind of Americana piece. I didn't see a ton of American traditional style in his portfolio, but yeah, he does it really seamlessly, effortlessly. Came out very, very clean. So again, I just got to give him amazing props. Anybody that does this kind of black work and it comes out clean and they're willing to put in that time and effort, absolutely. Alessandro Vitale goes on our approved list for sure. Now, go check out part number 1 if you want to get a good laugh, you guys. But otherwise, I think I'm going to come back to Germany soon because there was some amazing artists that I just want to showcase. So stick around for the next city, guys. All right, bye-bye.